like to welcome to the show today Mark Crissinger from British Columbia.
Hi, Michael.
Thank you, Mark, for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, I appreciate you making the time to come on the show, considering you've been a very, very busy guy.
Yeah. Well,
35 shows in the last 50 days.
Yeah. Whew.
I'm glad we were able to squeeze you in.
Pardon me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been trying for about almost 2 years now to
I
make
know.
this happen. So
Yeah, so
I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad we were able to make it happen, and I'm really glad that we were kind of able to line this up with the release of your new album, Nightlight.
Yeah.
And if everybody hasn't heard this album, please go online and listen to it and buy it, because it's a fabulous album.
Thank you.
I would say, owning your past albums, I'd say it's some of your best work.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean that very sincerely.
Thank you.
So you were originally from Ontario.
Yes. Well, actually, I grew up in Quebec, in a little town just west of Montreal, and I lived there until '87, and then I grabbed everything I owned and put it in the back of my car and drove to Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, and I lived in a little apartment across from Lee's Palace. November of '87, I moved there, in November 1st. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was 19 and scared. Because I came from a little town of like 2,000 people, you know.
You came to the
people.
big city.
Yeah. And I had no idea. I was just coming for a short trip. And I walked across the street into the Lee's Palace, and there was this band playing called the Phantoms. And when they were done with me, I had pretty much made up my mind that I was going to try and be a professional musician in Toronto. And yeah, that's how it all got started.
And you had some success, like being part of bands in the early days.
Yeah, well, it didn't take long. I started going to some jams. I hung out at a place called Grossman's Tavern all the time.
Still there?
And I had
doing the jams on Sundays?
Yeah, I had some what I call my musical teachers. You know, it was a pretty good place. I mean, you talk about, their Wednesday jam and their Sunday jam was packed all the time. And you could see everybody played. I played with everybody in that place, trying to get ahead, and trying to learn. And, when your teachers are people like Danny Marks and Michael Pickett and Mike McDonald and Pat Rush and Jeff Healy's walking in and out of the place and playing. And it was a pretty good place to get started, get educated.
Grossman's University.
That's what I call it. I mean, it was a little dive bar in Chinatown. But man, did we ever have a good time in that place? All the years I hung out. I never lived further than 5-minute walk from it. And lived in Kensington Market, and it was in there. I got discovered by people. They were looking for a guitar player for a rock band called Sweet Jones.
Right.
And that was kind of like a grungy, funky blues rock band. And we were hell-bent on original music. All our shows were original songs, and so that's where I got the songwriting bug, and I could be a songwriter. And after a few years together with those guys, we were selling out all the bars in Toronto, and we were on the road here and there, and we ended up signing with EMI.
That's right.
Yeah, in '93, and they signed us, as songwriters, and they were intent on developing us, but in those days, they had changed the CRTC laws. They wanted more Canadian content, so they were signing a lot of bands, and they were just, it was like spaghetti. They were throwing it against the wall, and if it stuck, and they went with it, and they dumped more money into it, So.
But you had some success. Like you toured the U.S.
We did, yeah. We went down and did festivals in the States, and we went out west. And in '93 we played Music West, and that was a really good experience for us, flying out and doing gigs and being shuffled off everywhere. And we did photo shoots, and we did everything that was required. And they were telling us what to wear. This is where I started getting a little, I don't know how much I like this. They're telling me what to wear. They're telling me what to say. I was starting to get on my nerves a little bit. And at a certain point, I sort of had enough, because we weren't really doing it for the right reasons, in my opinion. I think everybody wanted to be rock stars, and all I wanted to do was be good, like at whatever it was I was doing. And I've never been into posing. You know, you won't find me at a festival trying to have my picture taken with everybody. You know, I'm not even really into selfies and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather just shoot the shit with you, man. You know, talk to you, have a drink or whatever, and be with people one-on-one.
What would you say is the most important thing that you learned from that experience of having the experience of being signed by a label and you know, kind of, I don't want to call it the grind, but living that life?
I think what I took from that was how to be professional. You know, how to put on a professional show, how to write pop music or like you know, music that's accessible to the masses. I learned how to behave around my peers. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about respecting your fellow musicians. You know, as far as the business goes, because it's always evolving and changing, I can't say that I'm carrying anything from that experience into my current experience, except for what's just simple common sense and common knowledge. You know.
Right. Yeah. And now you are independent.
Yeah, been managing myself and booking my own business since '95. Yeah.
And do you prefer it in some ways?
Well, the band I was in after Sweet Jones was a band called Caution Jam. I joined their band. It wasn't my band. I joined their band and added what I do, blues and rock, to their sort of Allman Brother, Grateful Dead type of vibe. And what I felt I did for that band and in that band, aside from being a musician in that band, was that I got us out on the road, I got us out touring, I got us out playing. We did, in that band, we did 18 tours of the Maritimes. We played all over Ontario and Quebec, and we played festivals, and we ran boat cruises, you know, 1 or 2 boat cruises every year. So what I found was that band, I was able to take the professionalism of the whole record label thing, EMI thing, apply it to a band that was like pretty much like just a Grateful Dead hippy-dippy country blues rock band, you know, and apply that sense of professionalism to, you know, 5 guys who are, you know, we were all pretty kind of flaky and, you know, but we had a sense that we wanted to make something happen. We did a lot of merchandising. You know, we made a few albums, and we had really great tie-dye T-shirts and socks and underwear and bedding and stuff. So that's how we did that, you know. And I learned a lot about music, like structure of music, from those guys. They were excellent musicians, and I learned a lot from them. And I still try and play with those guys at least once every tour that when I come back out east, because it's like putting your favorite shirt on, you know. Nice. You're so comfortable up there. And we don't write set lists. You know, we do hundreds of songs. We used to go out to the Maritimes, and we'd play like, you know, 14 one-nighters, and we'd try to not repeat a song for like show after show after show. We'd just play a completely different show every night, you know.
Wow.
No set list. You know, some kid might say, play some Dylan. And like next thing you know, we're playing 10 Dylan songs, right? And then we'd be mixing that in with our original stuff and some Grateful Dead and some Allman Brothers and blues. We love to play Sonny Terry, Brown and McGee songs and Muddy Water songs, and I love to play some John Mayall songs in that band. And everything, man. We did everything. We played some Downchild. It was a great band, a lot of fun. I love those guys. But I really learned a lot about music and music structure. So we didn't really record and write as much as I would have liked to in that band. So at a certain point, I was at the end of sort of playing cover songs, and it's not because I didn't like the music or whatever. It was really because I was tired. Like I was done, and I felt like I was doing a lot of the work. But again, I made huge inroads in Ontario, Quebec, and BC because I was the one on the phone talking to all the bars.
Right.
So
you had the Rolodex.
Exactly. That's what I got out of it all, right? So those guys ended up just kind of wanting to stay close to Toronto. So by the time I had moved out west in 2007, I still had all that information, but I was also in need of a break. All right, so this one is for all you folks out there who has a significant other who has a hard time being on time. You know, And it goes like this. It's called Shake a Leg. Well, 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 and 2 is 4. I'm standing here with roses outside of your door. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Well, the time you take is a mystery to me. Come on, baby, won't you hurry up, please? Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Well, 2 2's 4, 4 more is 8. If you don't hurry up, we're gonna be very late. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Well, you know I don't like it when we bicker, but couldn't you move just a little bit quicker? Shake a leg. Come on and shake a leg. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Yeah. Oh yeah, come on. Well, 4 4 is 8, 8 and 8, 16. How come you don't understand what I mean? Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. I love you, baby, like flowers love rain, but waiting for you drive me insane. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Shake a leg for me, mama. I can't wait all day. Yeah. Thanks. Awesome.
Have fun. So this album, Nightlight, how would you describe how that album compares to your past solo albums?
Well, Blues Expression, the album before this one, was a collection of songs I had amassed that were blues-based songs,
Right.
contemporary blues, I was calling it. You know, some of them I had been performing in my show for quite some time, and about 5 of them were brand new ones.
Okay.
So what I wanted to have in my CD collection was an album with a consistent band playing my songs all the way through.
Okay.
And so I reworked some of the songs and I finished up the new ones, and then I brought my rhythm section and we did all our bed tracks, and then I had that, and then so there was old songs and new songs there, and that was like a collection type of thing, you know. Mm-hmm. With this album, my idea was to I had a lot of these songs were written and lyrically, and I found that they were expressing what was happening to me at the time. So there's songs there about self-doubt, what it's like to be depressed. Mm-hmm. Issues of the blues, that's what I call them, the issues of the blues, Sometimes you drink too much, it brings you down. Sometimes you're in the same state and you say things you don't mean to say. Sometimes, you get bitter about Facebook and business and music. So a lot of those songs, I don't want to say that they're negative, but they are dealing with the issues of the blues. And then Nightlight is the hope factor, or
right.
look for the light within, or look for the look on the coast for the nightlight, the lighthouse, as if you're a lost sailor, So you're lost or you're confused or you got the blues, man. Don't sit there. Don't sit there continuing to have the blues. Do something about it. Do something about it. If you got to reach out and talk to somebody, talk to somebody. If you need to summon your inner strengths, we've all been down. We've all been way down. I know I have. I've been way down, It couldn't get any worse, right? So, and my philosophy is I'm the only one who's pulling me out, right? So there's at least 2 songs that deal with that. There's an up kind of, hey baby, we're having a hard time in our relationship, but why don't we just fix it? Why don't we take the blame and do something about it? And there's a song on there called Poor Boy Blues, which is just about I got no money and I'm doing the best I can, And some people are blessed to have people who pay off.
Bring you back to when you were 19 in Toronto?
Yeah, And some artists are out there who are blessed and they've got trust funds and they've got credit cards that their parents pay for, and and they can spend a little bit more money making themselves popular, or they're really good at writing grants or whatever, But me, it's I'll be paying off my line of credit all year long for this last project because you got to make an investment in yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's songs about sex in there, and there's songs about the fickle fame, 15 minutes of fame and stuff like that. So anyways, what's the difference? This album is really about issues I've been experiencing in the last year. Okay. And the last album was really about just getting songs that I've been performing. It was more about an act of business, I found.
Okay.
And I thought we played really good. I thought everybody played really good on that album. I thought that the songs were pushing the boundaries. I had a lot of really straight-laced blues songs on there, but I also had a lot of what I call contemporary blues, or my catchphrase, I just did my thing. My catchphrase is transitional blues.
All right.
Right?
And what does transitional blues mean to you?
Well, it's not Harp Dog Brown. Right? He's an incredible purveyor of traditional blues music.
Blues.
He is awesome, and his guitar player is stellar. The two of them together play. They are when you say the real deal. Those guys really are.
And they look the real deal too.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. And so but the complete opposite in the blues community, so to speak, or whatever, our blues world, is someone like me who's like, I love playing blues. My records have shuffles on them and boogie woogies and all kinds of stuff on it. But my albums also have, stranger turnarounds, lyrics that might be a little bit deeper than, my baby left me and I feel so blue. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. I don't need to write songs like that. I want to write songs that are that you have to read between the lines, and understand that maybe there's a little bit more to it. But I also keep the door open with simplicity.
Right.
To make it easy for you to go, oh yeah, the double entendre here. Oh, this entire song has double entendres. Kind of neat. It's fun to decipher, you know what I mean? As opposed to saying something very straightforward, which I never really get into too often, Yeah.
That's great. Well, I really want to thank you for coming on to the show. And if you haven't seen Mark live, you absolutely need to do it. He's one of the hardest working guys in the business. Like I said, 35 shows in the last 50 days. Yeah. His website's at the bottom of the screen, so check him out. He's also very active on social media, so connect with him on Facebook and Twitter. And
yeah, come say hi.
Are you on Instagram as well?
I do Instagram because I like the way it goes out to all the mediums at the same time, so I can do a quick blast and information blast off.
Perfect. So connect with him on Instagram and all the other social media sites. And He tours right across the country, so no matter where you are, he'll be in your town at some point in the next 12 months.
Maybe, yeah.
And I really want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we're going to go to the last song, and so hang around, and thanks for being part of the tribe.
I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day. I've been holding my heart ever since you went away. Well, time keeps passing, nothing seems to change. It's so easy to let your love life slip. You start to take it for granted, it'll always be here. It's a timeless trap that everyone in love should feel. Days have gone uncounted, kicking at the cannon sign. I'm strung out and dumbfounded. It takes two to play and take the blame when things aren't working right. I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day. You gotta go the distance to make your love life work. You gotta make an effort if you wanna enjoy the perks. Oh, time is a teacher, pay attention, listen and learn, yeah. Days have gone uncounted, kicking at the cannon sign. I'm a strung out and dumbfounded. It takes two to play and take the blame when things aren't working right. Yeah, I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day. But I got no doubt we can figure it out and learn to love again. Yeah, I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day. I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day. I've been holding my heart, waiting on a brand new day.
If you want to hear more great Canadian blues acts, go to bluestribe.ca.